morning. Our project is automatic water system, and we are from Yr.11E. My name is Kasidith Kirakanchana.
My name is Thirirat Pichai.
My name is Shanipa Pairanok.
My name is Prin Pranyason.
So now let's start the project. So first of all, as I told you, the name of the project is Automatic Water System. The purpose of doing it is to reduce the cost of the electricity in some area and to test the system that is perfectly fine or not. And our hypothesis is this system will work perfectly fine and efficiently. Now moving on to our equipment, which is the first one, a 6-liter square bucket, a half-inch faucet, a half-inch water pipe, and 1.5-inch water pipe, 1.5-inch pipe stopper, and half-inch pipe stopper. Number 5 is a small window hinge, a 1.5 and 1.5 pipe locker, a rectangle bucket, transparent silicone, plywood, 5 pieces of debris and sticks, and the last is a plastic board.
So move on to the procedure. First, we cut down the water bucket into the half, left the bottom part for containing water. Then at this side, we poke a hole to fit in the faucet. Next, move on to the pipe. This pipe we cut into the appropriate length, and we connect it with a hinge by using a pipe locker. Next, we connect this set of hinge and pipe on the block of wood. The rectangle bucket over here, we poke this side of the bucket with a hole to fit in the pipe over there. Then we cut this edge to fit in the board and the pipe to go down at the right side, right moment. Then we connect this all offset on the plywood. You can see at this side we use some wood to make an angle for the bucket to make the water flow more easier. And we use this 4 piece of wood to make a base for the water container to be like the higher place to go down to make the water more flowy.
So according to our hypothesis, we guess that this system will work perfectly fine, and fortunately that it works perfectly fine either. So, but there's still some problems with the system, such as this system, this body structure is not that strong yet. So when we move, we have to move it gently. And still there's some problems with this one, the PVC pipe, because sometimes it goes down faster than we thought, and sometimes it goes down later than we thought. So and depending on the water, if you turn on the water fast or hard, it may go down and it may go up, depending on the weight at the back too. So depending on how you turn it on, you have to calculate the weight again. Like this one, we turn on the water slow, so we put the coin here to kind of like add the weight to it so it can go down. But if you want to turn on the water like pretty hard, you have to remove this one and just put the weight at the back more. And our conclusion, yes, it worked perfectly fine depending on how you used it. And this project is mainly for to reduce the cost of the electricity in some areas, such as in rural places or countryside. In that area, they may not have electricity, or the cost of it may be very expensive. So we try to build this one to reduce the cost, because in some area, this one, they didn't use any motor at all. So, and they didn't use any electricity at all. They just used just normal physics thing. It's just normal thing that we can find in normal life. And yeah, as I told you, this one is basically for agricultural use, and we could calculate the time, because for example, sometimes some farmers, they want to water it day and night, and this one, depending on how much you turn on, if you turn it on like slower, it may take more time to water. For example, I want to water it at 8 a.m. and I want to water it at 8 p.m. I have to turn it on like slower, like very, very slow. So it takes more time for it to go down. But if you want to water it like every 10 minutes, you have to turn on water harder or turn on faster. depending on the plants or what kind of plants you are doing too. And this one, where we poke the hole like 3 holes here, sideways, and we didn't poke like straight line, we poke like sideways. So the water can go out equally on each side. And imagine that we have the plants here, we have 3 plants here, and some sprinklers. I have told my teacher that sometimes the sprinkler, they thought it's going to be a sprinkler that shoot to the sky and go down, but this type of sprinkler is not like that. It's just we have 3 plants here, and imagine that there's like long line plastic tube, and there's a hole in each plant. This is the kind of that sprinklers. There is water the plants like specifically in each plant, not just the total area. Thank you.